Hey, fellow YouTubers and gal YouTubers. Hey, today I'm kind of back home. I'm actually back in southern Oklahoma. I spent 10 years living in Oklahoma in the Tulsa area, and now I'm down in southern Oklahoma in one of the watershed lakes. And I want to show you the three ways of fishing a frog. Now the water has just come up. There's been a big rain. It's kind of cloudy today. It's real calm. The water's clear. There's plenty of weeds now. I'll show you the weeds after a while. The water has actually risen 2 or 3 feet, and this was all hydrilla and grass underneath the water. In fact, I can see it down there now. But their bass are still here, and there's a frog pattern. Okay, now let me just show you the 3 types of frogs I'm going to be dealing with today. Okay, the first type of frog is the regular bronze-eye frog. This is the bronze-eye 65. It's a spro frog. I just really like spro frog. And I got the hooks bent out just a little teeny bit, and then it's got on heavy 50-pound braid, okay? And then I have a big heavy-duty rod, and this frog is particularly good in the heavy grass, and up in the upper end of the lake where it might be some heavy grass. I'm just kind of sliding it along the grass. It's mainly a grass lure, okay? But right now the grass is under the water. Okay, that's the first kind of frog. And that's the standard frog. That's the frog that everybody has probably gone with for the most part. That's the number 1 frog. Okay, number 1 frog. The second frog is a popping frog. Okay, this is really cool. And this can be a really good open water frog as well. This has a popping front. If you notice, when I throw it out there, it pops. Well, it's a popper. Okay, it's a good open water popping frog. And I'll catch fish over top of this grass because the grass is submerged. It's just down under the water. In fact, if I just go down like this, look, I got it right on I got grass all over my lure right here. It's hydrilla, and it's hydrilla and coontail moss, and it's just under the water a couple feet. So anyway, popping frog's a good deal. The third kind of frog is kind of something I'm kind of special with. It's called the buzz frog, and we're just kind of inventing this. This is a spro, actually this is a prototype. This is a spro bronze-eye shad that I took and kind of modified it and put a swivel on the back. It's kind of my own design, and we're thinking about maybe coming out with this. But there are some buzz frogs out on the market now, and spro is thinking about maybe coming out with one as well. That tail, the buzz tail, is something that I created on my own. I made a mold, and it spins, and this is the kind of whole deal. It's like a buzz bait. Watch this. This is good open water stuff. Now watch this. See, look, watch the tail. Look, it's buzzing like a buzz. I can stop it. Keep it going. It's a buzz bait. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it to get started. I'm right over grass right now. I got this one in my hand. I'm going to take the buzz frog and just throw it out there, nice long cast. Again, I got 50-pound test braid. I'm just kind of reeling along. I can stop it. I'm right over the grass right now. I can stop it. Nothing happened. Okay. There's some. Well, that's the first application. Second application, the regular popper frog. For open water, this popper is great. Now again, looking in the water, I don't know if you can see this grass. It's all under the water. There's tons of grass. It just you don't have to go down about a foot or so, and you're in a ton of grass. It's all really good grass, and they hide in this grass, and there's little minnows in the grass. They just hang around these grass beds. Okay, I'll take the popping frog, and I'll throw it. I can see with my eyes that there's grass right underneath that frog right now. I'll let it sit there until the ripples die out. I just kind of pop it along. Oh, one hit it. I missed him. He's a little one. I don't think that's any size. A little bitty fish. Now there are bluegills in here, and there's small bass, but the frog produces big bass as well. So we'll see what happens. I got that one. That's not a very big one, but it came up and ate it up. That was the main thing about this frog. I want to show you also how they're hooked. Almost all the time, these fish, when you hook them, get hooked in the top of the mouth. See that frog? he's actually hooked to the top part of the mouth. They get hooked up here, and it's just a perfect scenario. And the regular popping frog, the spro popping frog like this, comes with a 3/0 hook, and I take a 4/0 hook, which is a little bigger. You notice it sticks out a little bit farther on the side, not quite as weedless, but in kind of open water like we're in now, it's a much better hookup deal because it hooks them almost really every time. Okay, I'm just looking at another cast with the popping frog. Oh, another one, got it. Oh. That was a big one. Now watch this, folks. He ate the popping frog. I didn't wait long enough. I made a cardinal mistake. I'm not waiting long enough. Watch this. Watch this deal. Throw it out there. Okay, it's right. It's in perfect shape now. I got him. Oh, so perfect. I just let it, when he hit it, what I had to do, because I had to kind of give him some slack. I mean, I had to kind of drop the rod and then set the hook. That's a good fish. And that's the thing about frogfish. You just get some really quality fish on a frog. That's not a real big fish, but boy, they're after it now. Now see, this is the perfect scenario. Let's talk about the weather. You know, it's been hot. Here in Oklahoma, it's been 100 degrees this whole week. And finally, we got some cloud cover, we've got some rain, and the water's come up. Now you're talking about pattern conditions that are perfect. When the water comes up, and there's a rise in the water, and the water temperature's dropped a little bit from it was 90-something degrees, now it's only like 81 degrees. That's a big deal. I'm gonna throw it out a little farther. Okay, let it sit there. Now see, it's clear water and it's calm, and so they bass in the 10-foot area around that thing have probably seen it and seen the riffles come out, and they'll go to it. So the first couple times you twitch it, get ready, because you can have some major league explosions on the first twitch or two. I'm right over the grass. I'm looking in the water, and I have Polaroid glasses. I'll put the glasses on as well. I got them right here. But I can see the grass. I don't have to even have polarized glasses to see. I can see it fine right now. Okay, that's the second kind of frog. Let's take the standard. I mean, it works 100% of the time. You know, the standard bronze-eye frog is really good in heavy weeds. Now, I know we're not in heavy weeds now. Maybe at the upper end of the lake we're going to find heavy weeds. This one comes with the 4/0 hook. Now, most of the guys that fish this, like Dean Rojas and guys like, I don't know, Ish Monroe, big frog fishermen, and myself, we advocate 65-pound braid. Now, if you ask them why, well, they're fishing in real heavy cover a lot of times, real heavy lily pads, and they dive down this grass, and unless you have really heavy line and a heavy rod, you're not going to get them out. They're going to bury up in there, and that's the end of it. So you need heavy tackle for that very reason. Now, sometimes I'll put an UGG button on the back. Well, it's not an UGG button. It's what it is. It's a cushion. This is a cushion thing. I don't have a sponsorship for this or anything. And I'll put it on the end of my rod. And it just fits from rod to rod. Stick it on the rod. That, I can stick it in my side now. That's really big. Good, and I'll throw it back out there. Okay, throw a nice long cast. Now again, this is just open water, and I'm just demonstrating the fact this is a better frog. It's a better frog for heavy weeds, when I'm just skidding it over the weeds. And right now the weeds are under the water, and this was all heavy weeds just 2 days ago. The water's come up like 3 feet. So the weeds are there. I see them. And they'll come up and hit this thing. But the frog is designed, the whole design of this frog is to come through the heavy weeds, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. In the heavy lily pads and heavy things like that, this nose design is all kind of, it's pointed, and it separates right through the reeds and lilies and hydrilla and standing weeds and stuff. And so that is a really weedless frog. The bronze-eye 65. Okay. See, I see grass all over the water here. So cool. Okay. It still is an open water deal. And I can twitch it along. And you know, I'm going to show you some other. Oh, there's a big fish under mound. I got him. I got him. I got him. I got him. He just sucked it down. He just sucked it down. He just sucked it down. He sucked it down. It's so cool. He just sucked it down. I love it. I love it. This is a big old fish. He just sucked it down. Oh, he got off. Did you see that? That's a good fish. Well, I don't know what happened. But anyway. You know, folks, I try to be really observant. Wherever I'm throwing a topwater plug, happens to be a frog, but any kind of topwater plug, it's calm today, and so I'm looking for any movement in the water. And that last fish kind of gave himself away. He came up behind the fluor, and I was watching the rings settle out, and then I was twitching it along, and he came up, and he sucked it down, and he sucked it down like a bluegill. You would have never thought it was any size. Just kind of twitch it along. Watch for a wake. It's kind of early. Big one, big one, big one, big one, big one, big one. That's a big one. That's a big one, folks. Okay, now we're talking. I saw it come up just on it. It was so cool. That was a nice big one. Look at this guy. Now we're talking. Frog time. Woo! Look at this guy. That's a good, nice bass. A good, nice frog bass. See, so you don't have to have heavy weeds and cover. And I'm going to show you some heavy weeds and cover, and I'm going to show you some big trees, and I'm going to show you how to catch bass out of those kind of places with these frogs, because it's so weedless. It comes right through the logs and timber and all sorts of grass. But it's also an open water lure. Okay, let's throw it back. Okay. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. Well, we see that working. Okay, so what works now so far is we've had a couple really nice ones to hit the regular bronze-eye 65, and that's been a good one. Okay, you see the grass in the water here. It's just all sorts of grass just in the water. And we've had a couple nice ones to hit the regular Spro popper that I've had a kind of a made it with a little bit bigger hook. Okay, and now let's just see how the buzz frog does. The buzz frog is kind of a different deal. Again, it's I've put the bigger hook on there. I got it set up with 50-pound braid on this one. 2 weeks ago, there was a lot of heavy bass in here. Oh, sorry. There's one. I got him. I was moving the buzz bait. The buzz frog paid off. See, I'll tell you here's the advantage of the buzz frog. Let me just tell you real quick the advantage of a buzz frog. The advantage of a buzz frog is that you can cover more water. Look at that nice one. He's a good one too. Look at this big guy. Just beautiful, beautiful buzz frog bass. But that's something I don't know if we're even going to come out with it. But what you can do that's so cool is you can take this buzz frog and just go along fast and just make long casts like this, and just come through the water. I don't know, there might be another fish in this area. Watch for wakes. Nothing came after it. But see how it buzzes? See how the tail buzzes? The tail's just so cool. The tail's just buzzing along. I just saw something move the water right here. Right there. He just moved the water. Yeah, that was him. Being observant. That's the deal. See, I saw that fish move over there. And that's a big, nice bass, too. And that's so important to be observant and watch these fish. And he's down on the grass now. See, that's the thing. I said, you need heavy line. He's in the grass. He's in the grass. Oh, he's coming out. But there's grass everywhere. Grass everywhere. Let him out of the grass. Look at the size of him now. That's beautiful bass. These are beautiful, beautiful bass. Buzz frogging. That's good 3 and 4 or 5 pounds. You catch big fish on this frog. But now again, there's weeds here. It looks like open water. It's not open water. This is a weedy situation. So I'm throwing heavy tackle with a heavy frog situation, because this was just 2 days ago the frog spot. This is where all the bass were biting anyhow. Oh, and he bit the tail off. Okay, now let me just show you what I got for tails. And it's kind of cool. So cool. And I screw it back on. Push it on that thing and just kind of turn it. And just kind of screw it right back in that same spot. And come all the way up where it's over top of the front part so it won't unhook. And there's a big swivel. See, that's a big swivel I've all epoxied in there, and I got it all solid in there. And again, heavy line. Okay, got a brand new tail. But I was so observant, I saw that fish. I saw that fish move. Now, okay, there's maybe more around. I saw one move out there just a minute ago. You know, by that tree, now, what do you think about that tree right there? There's a tree there. The thing I like about the buzz frog is that I like the fact that you can cover so much water. I can just go along fast. I can just put the trolling motor. I'll put the trolling motor kind of fast, and I'll just start making booming long casts out there, covering a lot of water, until I find an area where there's good fish. I mean, let's face it, bass are kind of grouped up in spots. You know, right back there, we call 4 or 5. Okay, 4 or 5 bass. Well, that's there. Now here, there seems to be no bass. So, you know, we have to keep moving along. Moving along. Oh, there's one coming. There's a fish underneath mine. There's a fish underneath mine. He's got it. See, I saw him. I saw him coming. It wasn't a real big one, but I saw the water move. You see the water move like that, and that's the key. Be really observant. And as I moved that thing, if I hadn't stopped it, he might not have hit it. Because I saw the water movement just a little bit. So often, these fish are real curious. And they're curious fish. He's just a couple pounds, but I saw him move. That's such a big deal. I tell you, you know, the ABCs of frog fishing are, you know, the first thing that you have to have is the right frog. Have the right frog. Second thing, you have to have the right tackle. You really have to have the right rod and reel and line. That's the second thing. Third thing, you need the right cover. You need weed cover. This is solid weeds. The fourth thing you need is pretty clear water. This is not muddy water. Look, you can see that. You can see way down in water here. And the other thing you have is fairly warm water. This is the end of the summer, and it's overcast. And that's so important to have an overcast condition. Overcast conditions are just absolutely wonderful. Okay. Look, see that fish a little farther? There was a fish just up there a little farther up. Watch this. I'm going to have to make a little long cast. Oh, there's a fish underneath my... I got him. Look at this guy. Oh, man. Wow, that's a big one. Oh, yeah. Right. He's sucked me down. Oh, God. Oh. Look at this guy. Big old fish. He just sucked it down. I'll watch that swirl. Look at this guy. Now we're talking. I'll tell you what, there's some big fish here. Look at this guy. A big old 5 or 6 pounder. He did hit kind of close to the boat, but I was being really quiet. I tell you, I hope I've taught you a few things. I've just been fishing the open water at this point. I haven't really got into the timber or the upper end of the lake. When you catch big 5 and 6 pound bass on frogs like this, doing what I tell you to do, folks, you can't go wrong. I mean, this is the ultimate. We have a perfect day, perfect conditions, a perfect lake. Hey, you can't get much better than this. Topwater frog fishing at its best. Hey, folks, I really appreciate you watching our videos. YouTube's coming along really well. And by the way, Jimmy Houston has been really helping me out here in southern Oklahoma, using his boat and all. Jimmy has a great channel. And Jimmy's subscription rate's real high. He's doing really well. So be sure to watch his show as well. But anyway, folks, thanks for subscribing and thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.